At MotorTrend, we've been doing the Car of the Year competition since 1949, and it just never gets old. In fact, each year our excitement seems to grow as we eagerly anticipate the day when we'll get seat time in each and every new or substantially upgraded vehicle for that model year. We headed to the Hyundai Kia Proving Grounds. We took with us 44 cars, a pack of hungry journalists, and an expert team of judges to determine which car should be crowned MotorTrend's 2013 Car of the Year. This event is just beautifully orchestrated, carefully organized madness. So I wanted to bring you a behind-the-scenes look at what actually goes on in this process. So today and tomorrow are all about the process of elimination. But before we drive the cars, we first do a walk around and get an overview of each vehicle's specs. Let's go hear what they're saying.
From here up, it's very cool, but this stuff down here is just challenging. It's like they tried to put another form on the car.
There are 5 different modes from Eco to Sport Plus.
Probably the most dramatic change to the 911 since the water-cooled engine. It's like Dylan going electric.
The real big news, I think, is I saw this thing, the body in white, and it's so gorgeous, the aluminum work, all aluminum.
So what does wiper replacement cost?
Oh God.
It's a Mercedes, come on!
You know, we start with a huge, diverse field of cars, and you put your faith in the process that at the end of a week and a half worth of testing, evaluation, judging, you evaluate the cars against the 6 criteria, and lo and behold, one car pops up to be the winner.
You wouldn't expect to be able to compare cars that vary over such a broad array against one another. So we've developed 6 criteria to compare each vehicle against. And from that, we're able to narrow down some finalists and then eventually choose a winner. Those 6 criteria are value, safety, efficiency, advancement in design, engineering excellence, and performance of intended function. We have 11 judges. All of them drive each and every one of these cars. And as they drive them, they keep those considerations in mind. And then we start the arguing and the narrowing down process.
Now, some years it's closer than others, but always I'm just fascinated by how we end up with a winner from all these cars every year.
So one of the first highlights of my day was getting to spend some time in a couple cars with Angus. We took out the BRZ and we took out the Lexus.
Oh, look. You can drift a Lexus.
That was awesome. That was great. So after riding with Angus, I was dying to get behind the wheel myself. Who calls this work? All right, now let's go meet up with some other journalists and see how they are making out.
Jessi!
How's Malibu?
It's not even a car. It's like a collection of everything I don't like about rental cars. You know, like it's got weak brakes that are late to engage, it's got a clueless transmission, engine's underpowered, steering is vague, numb, and then you got the worst ride and handling, I think here, I mean, I've only driven like 16 other cars, but how does this get away from a group of engineers? It's as if an accountant ran in and said, no more time, no more money.
Give me 3 adjectives to describe the Nissan.
The new Nissan, 3 adjectives: modern, smooth, competent.
Car you can't stand the most so far today. Who's on the bottom?
Dakota. I'm sorry, it's like a super high-tech science experiment done by the guy that made dialing for toast when I was in high school.
Okay.
Okay, except it's expensive.
So yeah, I've been driving the family cars back to back to back. Started in the Fusion manual, just got out of the Accord manual, and it really got kind of breaking the paradigms. For one thing, the shifter I like the shifter in the Ford better than this one.
I just drove the BMW 328. A very smooth chassis, very smooth around a section of the winding track where another competitor here has some problems with being tightly sprung and a lot of choppiness. So, very nice ride.
Yo, Jessi.
Hey,
check
Frank.
this out.
What's up?
And then you see these white little stitches?
Yes, nice detail.
Handmade.
but not by just any hands. There are only 12 Takumi masters that are allowed to sew this dashboard. They are required to pass a manual dexterity test once a year by folding an origami cat with their non-dominant hand. What do you think?
And do they have a time limit?
90 seconds. Yes, they do. How'd you know?
Kidding. That's crazy.
So yeah, Lexus
Really?
ES350.
Wow.
We have driven all the contenders, and now we're deciding who's going to go through to the final round, and that's pretty important. We like to take about 10 or 12 cars through. Not every car's going to obviously make it, and for those that are on the bubble, I think you're going to see some really passionate argument from different judges with a slightly different point of view.
There, Acura ILX, 2-liter, 2.4, and hybrid.
Largely, I'm waiting for Acura to move beyond that interior language, too, of 1.5 zillion buttons. I mean, the steering wheel has more buttons than my Maserati has in the whole car.
They've never defined what Acura is, so they're trying to fill this box that has no orders with it. Well, this car fits in there.
Put a bullet in it.
Yeah. It's dead, Jim.
Moving on.
Better performance, better fuel economy, better package. That's a significant product. And how many people here live in Southern California and somebody says, should I get a Prius? I mean, we were talking about it.
Yeah, twice a week.
And they say, yeah. This car, you could probably say to those folks and say, yeah, but.
Have a look at this one.
Exactly.
Fusion.
Yes!
No.
No.
Yes. No.
Yes. There we go. Hands up. Manual 1.6, totally sleek. They're not going to sell any. No one will
Okay,
take
put
the
an
same
automatic
setup
in it.
that.
They'll sell plenty of those.
It's
$799.
Yeah, but that automatic with the 2-liter, terrible. I don't
They're
know.
never going to 1.6 in anything?
Frank,
I don't know. I didn't drive it.
The car they're going to sell has an engine 900 cc's larger. The volume car will be.
Okay, why is that? Because it's
liter.
only $795 to opt for the 1.6.
That's what the dealers are going to order.
What?
Well, it's only going to get more intense from here on in. Once we've narrowed the field, we leave the Hyundai Kia proving grounds and take the finalists up to Tehachapi, where the judges drive each car around a 28-mile real-world road loop. After 2 days of looping, where each judge drives each finalist under the same conditions, the judges reconvene in this cramped hotel conference room to discuss, deliberate, and finally decide the 2013 MotorTrend Car of the Year.
So we can begin. The coffee's brewing. Throw it on each other in a minute. I guess we can just start from the top.
Is it wrong for BMW to go and chase more people for the 3 Series?
Even though it's pure BMW, it's just not fresh enough.
But here's the thing, I mean, if they've made the car appeal to more people by making it maybe a little bit less focused than we all would have preferred, is that a bad thing?
You can expand your market with marketing. Good marketing, that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, people
Good
think
marketing, we take this item, our potato chip, and we sell it to more people through marketing. We don't screw with the potato chip.
You can't talk about this car without talking about the next car, which is a Cadillac.
It looked good, it looked expensive.
It was good materials.
E46, right? Being in I don't think any of us in this room would ever have dreamed of the day we could say that a Cadillac has better steering than a BMW.
You're right, but it is.
The ATS has better steering than the 3 Series.
This one I think was great fun to drive, but I thought it was a little hard-knuckled in its ride quality.
There's still some areas where that sort of lack of experience shows up.
Is this one that we think should be, are we arguing for car of the year, or that is better than BMW?
You know, when you vote on this thing, you kind of have to evaluate those. When we're a car of the year, this is a car of today. This, as we see it, of what we know, it's one hell of a car.
Their investment was on the construction of the motor, the inverter, both of which are amazing things.
Hard part.
Do we know? No, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
Oh,
that was
bull.
a hobby shop.
The hardest part in doing a car is the body structure. And
of course.
But that's what I'm saying. So they got in cheap. They didn't do it.
Yeah, but look at this body. I mean, it's...
Shut up!
I have the ballots here. I'd like your 3 in order, 1, 2, 3. Well, after several days of driving and some intense discussion today, MotorTrend's 2013 Car of the Year is...
Ah, the suspense! To find out the winner of MotorTrend's Car of the Year, check out MotorTrend magazine or MotorTrend.com.